Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a mukbang and we're gonna do some topic discussion after I eat. I've noticed that if I do it during the time, it's like hard to talk and eat. So I'm gonna eat first and then we'll have a little talk. And today we have Pizza Hut. So we got pepperoni pizza and this is pineapple. So my daughters like each of these, so that's why we get them. Personally, I like jalapeno on mine, but that's okay. And this is a spicy buffalo chicken tender. Boneless wings, I think it's called. And Tabasco because I like everything spicy. But as I get older, it is affecting me if I do too much. All right, so not too much, but. And if I'm thirsty, just my water. It's kid's cup. All right, I will start with the pepperoni first because I want to try. They got a good amount of tomato sauce on here. I love it. We got the pan version, and I love this one because it's the bread part is soft. Do you guys like Pizza Hut? I do. We got the family box. I think for Hawaii price, $28.99. 2 medium-sized pizzas, 1 topping each, breadsticks, and it comes with either pasta choice or the buffalo chicken. Now, if I get kind of full, because I just had a coffee, and I don't know, for some reason liquid fills me up, I might not be able to eat it all. My dog is whining for some, so sorry if you hear him whining. Spicy one. Actually, Pizza Hut's spicy buffalo is actually pretty spicy. I'm gonna talk to my dog. Frankie, no. Let's try some pineapple. Do you think pineapple belongs on pizza? It pairs really good with ham or Canadian bacon. I know Italians will be like, no, it does not belong on pizza. It's good to me. My kids like it, so. To each their own, right? Now, if I went to Italy, I would not ask for it. I don't mind it, but it's not my preference. Getting kind of full. See? Got a glaze. It's spicy. And for me, and you'd be like, oh, it's not spicy. I don't know what it is for you. The pineapples fell off. So, I am done. I know you're like, finish it, but you know, I'm on a diet, you guys. So, once in a while, I have fast food, but I try to keep it low calorie and clean food. So, I'm not going to force myself to eat this because I am full, but I do love it. So, I'm going to put this on the side, and let's get to talking, huh? Let me turn this slightly around. Okay. Anyway, so hope your guys' day is good. As for me, I came back from church, and you know, hubby's like, let's get a Pizza Hut. I'm like, all right, because I love pizza. Now, today's topic is going to be about stay-at-home moms versus working moms. Now, some people are not familiar. Stay-at-home moms, SAHM, is an acronym you will hear a lot on the internet. Basically, it's a mom who takes care of her kids full-time. That does not mean she might homeschool her kids, she might not. But as far as she doesn't work, and she will take care of the kids, and you know, usually that also means cooking the meals, cleaning the home, and doing miscellaneous stuff around the house, maybe pay the bills, whatnot. I mean, each home situation is different, but usually stay-at-home moms is just that, stay-at-home moms. And then there's a working moms, which could mean anywhere from part-time or full-time, but they work, and afterwards they might do the other stuff, like picking up the kids from after school, or you know, doing the cleaning, cooking, but they do it after their work. Now, depending on who does a fair share, if they hire people, it basically means, you know, home life versus work and home life, right? And there's always a debate about who has it worse. No, home mom, you know, stay-at-home moms do, because, you know, usually that means a lot of times these are younger kids, and she doesn't have, help around the house. She does the cooking, cleaning, and watching the kids full time. And then there's a working moms where they work the full shift. Maybe it's, like a 9 to 5er, maybe it's nighttime, but whatever it is, she has it worse because she works all day. Then she has to come home, feed the kids, put them to bed, clean. Maybe she has to cook and prep food, whatnot. And I want to just talk about that. So, personally, I was a stay-at-home mom for about 6 years. So, I've always worked since I was like 12. I've always worked. I worked at my parents' restaurant, then I, grew up, worked in an ice cream store, and then I used to work at Target, and then I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So I've always worked. I've never had a lapse of not working, besides that being unemployed for 6 months after I left my job, which was at the time called Bel Air Internet, and we sourced the internet, cable, and telephones for high-rise condos in LA. And basically, pretty much I've always worked. That's all I know. So what happened was when I got married and I got pregnant, when I took my maternity leave, I knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and raise my children full-time. Because, growing up, my parents were always busy working. They were immigrants and had to really grind. And not that I didn't want to grind, but I just didn't want to be away from my kids and have someone else raise my kids if we could financially afford not to. And at the time, my husband owned a motorcycle parts company, and he used to, buy, motorcycles, break them apart, like disassemble, clean it, and package it, and sold parts on eBay and send it all over the world, domestic or international. So I was able to be a stay-at-home mom, and he also did a side work in sales. So we were very fortunate that I could stay at home, and I was able to, do the home life. So, do the dishes, making meals, cleaning the home, and laundry. To be honest, it kept me pretty busy because, kids are hard. At least it was for me. And although my daughters were well behaved, it was just around the clock, I was pumping full time with my first. She didn't latch, so I had to bottle feed, but I would be pumping for a year. And then when she turned 2, I had my second, and she was just nursing nonstop. So it's just waking up numerous times overnight, I was extremely tired taking care of 2 little ones, but I also cherished it because I was able to be at home and spend time with my kids and, raise them up. And my oldest, she was 4. She started going to preschool, and I only had 1, so I was still at home. And we were in Hawaii at that time. My husband was managing my parents' business at the liquor store. So, the liquor store, you have like odd hours. Many times he ends work at midnight. So that's what I did. And then my second one was 3, and we sent her to preschool. And then I started working. I didn't work full time. I just worked when, they were at school. So Wednesdays they work till noon. They go to school to about noon-ish, like right before 1 o'clock. And then the other days they get off at 2. So basically I do 2 drop-offs in the morning, then go to work, then get off, and then I'll go to the gym or run errands. And then by 2, usually I pick them up. So now that I don't know if you want to say this, I don't know. I feel conflicted to say I'm a stay-at-home mom because I do work part-time. Or am I working mom because I work a little bit? Or do I say stay-at-home mom? because after school I'm with them. I'm not really sure. I guess I'm in between. But there's always been that debate. So basically, oh, stay-at-home moms have it harder because they're with the kids all the time. And then the other team goes, no, working mom is harder because you know what? They have to work all day, then they have to take care of the kids, then they have to cook and clean, and they still got to do what stay-at-home moms do and work. But, it's a bit of a cross because, if you are taking care of little ones and you're being a stay-at-home mom where you don't have the complete time to yourself, there is the times where if they nap, I don't think you have a break because you're probably doing something else like cleaning or cooking. But you do get a break from them. And then working moms, do you get a break? You're constantly working, but you do have that downtime maybe to talk to your coworkers or get like a full hour of lunch to yourself. I mean, I just really feel like no one wins here, And that's because they're both hard. They're both hard. I mean, if you have kids nonstop, a lot of the times, you still have to teach them how to do things, behave, disciplining them, teaching them, milestones and, the typical stuff. Even before they go to school, you're trying to teach them colors and words and recognizing, how to ask for things and behaviors and touching on all of that. And if you're working, you're constantly doing something for work, right? I mean, I don't think either one is easier than the other. I think maybe if you're a stay-at-home mom and your kids are both at the age of they're going to school and you get that whole time from 8 to 2 or 8 to 12 on your own, yes, you're probably cleaning and cooking and running errands, but I'm pretty sure you do have some downtime. If you don't and doing something on the side, then that might be, you're a working mom. But what I say is you're not completely dedicated to work or watching the kids, right? So in that case, I do think it's a bit easier because you do have more flexibility in your time. I can say personally, it's hard. When they're young, I'm going to say work life was easier for me. And work keeps you completely busy. I was working at a body shop, so we constantly had people bringing in their damaged cars and doing paperwork and customer service when they complain and rent a car setup. I mean, for me, it was stressful. But when I had two little ones, like when I had like a newborn and a two-year-old toddler, it was really hard for me because I didn't get adequate sleep. But I still had to do, the cooking and cleaning and, raising up the kids. And as much as I loved it, those were hard times. As they got older, especially when my oldest started going to preschool and I had only the younger one, it was much easier for me. I mean, I could go take a walk or take her to a playground and she was much more easier to manage and to be honest, it was much more comfortable for me. And when they both started going to school and I went to work, it was a hard adjustment because at that point I have been a stay-at-home mom for many years, and I miss being with my babies. I miss having them around. I missed doing things with them because now I have to do things with them after school, after work, and doing the usual chores. So it was a bit tiring for me, and my work is not very challenging, but just having less time, I guess, to do the other things that I needed to do because I did have to work. Then I had to go to the gym or run errands, and then when they came home, I still had to cook and clean and all that. So I just wanted to say, when I see women fighting over, I have it worse because let me tell you, or the other team is like, no, you have no idea. You don't know what it's like to be in my position because, every case is so different. Everybody's responsibilities are a little bit different. But all in all, I think moms, we should support each other. We have a really big role. And it's not a role that should be taken lightly, no matter if you do work or if you're a stay-at-home mom or whatever. I mean, it is hard, It's hard to raise up kids and teach them how to, do schoolwork and how to behave right, and teaching them to be disciplined and motivate them and counsel them. And when they do bring you those hard balls of, behavioral issues, or maybe they're just not really communicating with you well, or, if you have kids with special needs, like, that's also a challenge, and having to be patient. I've noticed that I want them to do well in life, and I want to teach them the right things, but sometimes I'm so drained. I start yelling, and I start saying things that make them feel bad, and I can't say, oh, it's because I'm tired. Yes, we all fail, but most importantly, lift each other up, right? Try to not say, oh, I'm more than you, or you have an easier situation than I. Don't say anything like that. Don't compare. Just say, hey, I want to lift you up. What are your struggles? And those are my struggles. Well, these are mine. And advise each other and support each other. And, and kind of feed off of what worked for some people, I think that is what moms should do, because this whole, fighting back and forth and disagreeing, I see it all the time. And it's just, why? What's the purpose of saying you have it tough or they have it tough? We all have it tough. And, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so drained. And I'm like, I have a spouse, and he helps me. I'm very thankful. I shouldn't complain. And then some moms will say, oh, single moms have it worse because we have to do everything on our own. And then you'll have some wives that say, I have a spouse, but I have another person to kind of take care of, and I have to do all of this for me, like a kid. Like, I have to cook and clean. It's an extra person. And then they battle it out. It's like, no, woman, love each other, respect each other. Everybody has it tough. Single moms have it tough because they have to do it on their own, and maybe they have no one to lean on. And, as much as working moms, sometimes they have marital issues, and they have no spouse support financially or emotionally, and they have to take on, Felix, that's my other dog, and they have to take it upon themselves to cook and clean after him, and he doesn't do anything but play video games. I don't know. All I can say is, please be respectful to each other. I am learning in 2022 that I need to check myself and how I word things to my children and my friends and my husband. And I'm really, really trying to be more aware and guard my emotions when I feel like I'm getting out of control, and not out of control in the sense that, like, I'm throwing things or going crazy, but I'm just checking myself, hey, your words are not cool. And I had to have a talk actually a few days ago with my daughters, and mommy is sorry. Mommy is sometimes angry with you, and I yell and it hurts your feelings, and I don't want to do that. And I said, how do you feel? And they say they want me to be nicer, and I totally get it. And I say, I'm sorry. And I had to talk to my husband and say, I'm sorry for the way I behave, and I'm going to be much more aware. And I had to be like, well, how am I going to do that? So I go to Bible studies on Wednesdays, and I was talking to one of the moms who is an older mom who has grown children, and she was like, just give it up to God. Say, I need help, and I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to do it. You help me. You take over my issue. So I did pray like that. I told my daughter, if mommy loses her cool, just say, God, please help mommy so I can remember. And I always, when I have it difficult, I just take a deep breath and, Jesus help me. Because I want to cool down, right? I don't want to go like this and get angry, right? I want to be like, okay, relax, take a breather, it'll be all right. And I told my husband to do the same thing. Say, God help my wife if he sees me acting like I'm getting upset or irritable, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to improve yourself, that means loving other people, being respectful and kind to one another, not putting others down. Even if their beliefs are different, opinions are different, just you could have a conversation about it, but just be respectful. I think people are, especially with COVID, and just people are just having hard times in life, and there's a lot of displaced anger going on. So be kind to one another. And this debate went into whole talk about respect, but I just want to bring that in because it really is at the end respecting. All right, well, thank you for watching my pizza mukbang and having a discussion with me. Please like, share, and comment, and share, and subscribe to me, please. And let me know in the comments, like, do you truly believe that working moms or stay-at-home moms, like, who has it hard, or do you think it's both hard? Have you experienced one or the other, or both? Would love to hear from you guys. All right, take care. Bye.